This episode is brought to you by Domino's Pizza. Nobody delivers better.
Washington grew up in Virginia, born to Augustine and Mary Ball. First to be a child of that family and first president of America. His father died when he was just 11.
On July 4th, 1776, the 13 mushroom colonies declared their independence. Led by their leader, George Washington, they were stationed at Valley Forge to fight the repression of the evil King Koopa. There, our intrepid heroes, Mario, Luigi, Peach, and that shit-stained Toad arrived to help. Now, before you go, wait a minute, this isn't how the American Revolution went. Well, you're right, this is actually the plot of one of the most bizarre episodes ever of the Super Mario Super Show. And that's fucking saying something, considering this happens.
We heard there was a magical fountain of youth there, and King Goo Gaga Koopa was using it to satisfy his miserable thirst for doing bad.
Gaga. You'll be 18 inches tall when I turn the Fountain of Youth up to full power, you old fogey.
And then there's this.
Meow, Koopa, me closest buddy. Let go of me, you leprechaun leech.
It's like, were they on fucking drugs when they made this show? Like, what was their problem?
It's King Goo Goo Gaga Koopa to you.
The Super Mario Super Show actually had two different segments that dealt with George Washington. But much like the Christmas episode, they split them up for some fucking reason. The cartoon's corresponding live-action segment dealt with Obi-Wan Kenobi? Yeah, I guess.
Obi-Wan Kenobi is coming over today. You could ask him for a little bit of advice.
Leave it to the master, you goober. To you, you human wretch. There's no one in here, especially not Mario.
While the live-action segment's corresponding cartoon is a parody of the Untouchables.
Those garlic-gulping goody-goodies will never get in here. Hey, boss, your order from the gangster supply store. It has arrived.
It's like, what monster put these fucking episodes together? They don't even make sense. It's like you would think you'd take the two George Washington episodes and put them together. But nope, they're not together, so whatever.
What the coop are you talking about?
Let's take a look at the George Washington cartoon first. The Koopas Are Coming, the Koopas Are Coming. The episode starts with our heroes attempting to help Washington and his rebellion. We are introduced to him, and he's every bit of the cliche that you would expect.
I cannot tell a lie. Things are terrible here.
About the only originality with this character is his face. Look at it. Look at it. We learn that Washington, how does he put it?
We are fighting to save our new nation that bring freedom to all mushrooms.
That's right. And what does Peach have to say about this?
Freedom for all mushrooms. I like that.
Does this supposed freedom include the Mushroom Kingdom? Would Peach be out of a job? Because, let's be honest, she has sucked as the ruler of the Mushroom Kingdom. How many times has Bowser taken it over and these people have been turned into fucking bricks?
I think it's time you joined the rest of the mushroom people as a rock.
No!
Leave the lasagna!
Oh no!
Anywho, Bowser,
It's Redcoat Koopa, leader of the Koopish army.
Yeah, that's his name for this episode. You really got to applaud the show for making Bowser cosplay and change his name for every episode. The guy's got style. Redcoat Koopa is here to crush the Mushroom Rebellion, and guess what? He basically does for a short time.
Now chill out, salad stuffing.
You turn my friend into an ice cube, I'm gonna defrost your head.
Unfreeze them, Redcoat, before I call my army.
Army? What army? You mean those idiotic ice blocks?
Yeah, when our soldiers thaw out, we're gonna throw your tea in the harbor.
Silly plumber. By the time Washington's army thaws out, my army will have crushed the Mushroom Rebellion. So be cool.
Not sure what Battle of the American Revolution involved an ice rod, but I'm sure there has to be one. Also, not to be a total geek, but that ice rod is more of an ice spear. The guard walks in holding it like a spear, but whatever. Mario manages to unthaw himself by jumping to a nearby stove. Just go with it. He then unthaws the main characters, and then the plot can move back on.
No time for pain, my boy. History awaits. We've got to hurry and free my army.
Mario is able to get a fire flower and gets to work. The only problem is, this is gonna take a while. It's gonna take hours to unthaw these troops, and Koopa attacks at dawn. What to do? I know, maybe they can try this.
It's gonna take hours to unfreeze all your army, General Washington.
And Redcoat Koopa attacks at dawn. Someone must warn the citizen mushrooms.
And that someone can ride this leg!
Look at that horse! Like, what the hell? It looks like it comes from another cartoon show entirely. Strange enough, it reminded me of the horse from the Mickey Mouse cartoon, The Barn Dance. Okay, maybe that's a bit of a stretch. Anywho, somebody got the bright idea that Luigi is the man for the job, and I don't fucking know why. Like any brave freedom fighter, he steps up to the plate, right?
Luigi, it's up to you. I gotta stay and defrost General Washington's army.
But I get seasick on a horse.
Are you a patriot or a coward?
A cow.
Ugh, I just love that Washington just calls him out and says, "You're a fucking coward."
Are you a patriot or a coward?
So it's a parody of Paul Revere's Ride, which you'd think would be easy enough for this dipshit, but no, he fails. He fails so epically. It's like he had one job. All he had to do was ride down the road and yell, "Koopa's coming, Koopa's coming," and he can't even do that. A fair question to ask is what happens? Well, here are some of his career highlights. He does manage to yell a few times, but then he almost falls off the horse only for the horse to save him. Hits a branch, falls off the horse, and is immediately captured. He then proceeds to do jack shit for the rest of the episode. What a goddamn Muppet.
No! Now I'm a prisoner and the Koopas army can attack without warning.
Now, thanks to our old friend Luigi, Mario's got to do even more work, which is like every episode of this show. May I point out that Mario has ever so slowly been unthawing each and every one of Washington's fucking troops.
Thawing frozen soldiers is tougher than thawing frozen pipes.
Now with the plans completely up in smoke, they have to come up with a new one.
Unless we surprise Redcoat Koopa and attack from behind.
That means crossing the Delaware River.
It's never been done in winter.
We're gonna do it for liberty and freedom, for the 13 mushroom colonies, for Luigi!
Okay, so they're gonna cross the Delaware River, which is a parody of Washington crossing the Delaware. What's funny about this is one of Koopa's underlings even mentions that their backs are exposed. So what does Koopa think about this?
But what if General Washington sneaks up from behind?
Behind? Fool! The Delaware River is behind us. No one can cross the Delaware in this weather.
The Mushroom Army makes it across the Delaware River and they attack with a bathtub.
At your service, scoundrel. Give us Koopa or give us death.
Red-coated Koopa troopers! Stop those mushrooms!
Mario finds a new fire flower because the other one apparently ran out, and they begin their attack.
Ow! My ice scepter!
Oh, and I guess Luigi sort of does something useful.
Quick, Luigi, the scepter!
I got it, Mario! I got it!
And Koopa is defeated by Washington and Mario. I guess everything's alright and the colonies have won their freedom.
Divided we stand. Together we fall.
And now, to celebrate this joyous, epic, historical moment, everyone looks to their brave leader for something inspiring to say.
Are you feeling okay?
Just a little cold.
Could you be more specific, General?
It's a constitutional thing.
Oh.
Yeah. You know what? Fuck them. Give the colonies back to fucking Koopa. They do not deserve their freedom.
It's a constitutional thing.
Our next stop on the George Washington train is the live action segment where the brothers are attempting to turn their home into a bed and breakfast.
I don't know about turning this place into a bed and breakfast joint.
It's a cinch, I mean, trust me.
Luigi asked the legitimate question, how the hell are they going to get customers? Well, Mario has an idea about how to do that.
Sure they will, but how you going to get rich guys to come here?
Hey, by putting up a sign that George Washington slept here. Hey.
Get out of here. Washington didn't sleep here.
Yeah, but he ain't gonna say nothing.
I love that Mario is so stupid that he spells here with 3 E's. So the inevitable happens and George Washington does indeed show up.
I slept in Valley Forge. I slept in Mount Vernon. I even slept on a boat. But I've never been desperate enough to sleep in a dump like this.
They offer him a place to sleep.
General, sir, why don't you go ahead and stretch out on the couch?
Well, I'm not really that tired. I've had 5 cups of coffee already after lunch. But I'm never one to refuse hospitality.
Good.
He comments on their decorating, which is odd.
Go ahead, rest.
Oh, nice doilies. Very nice doilies.
Then they hypnotize George Washington, just go with it.
Your eyes are getting tired. They're getting heavy.
They all fall asleep.
How you doing?
And George Washington breaks the 4th wall.
Great. First they lied about me, and now they want me to sit through a lousy dream sequence.
George Washington is none too pleased about them lying about him sleeping there, so in the dream sequence, he orders them to swim the last mile for lying.
Say, General, where are we going?
Valley Forge! I'm sending you in as replacements, which shows you how desperate I am.
Listen, I could change the sign.
No, you lied. And you're going to swim this last mile in this icy river. What?
I would also like to point out that they are in a bathtub with George Washington. This is basically the gag from the cartoon. The only thing missing here is the mushrooms, Peach, the horse, and that stupid ice rod. Having maybe learned their lesson, a guest shows up for the bed and breakfast.
Excuse me, do you have a vacancy?
Excuse me, but you look very familiar. What is your name, sir?
Washington.
George Washington?
Ralph Washington.
Sorry, the inn's all full.
Well, there's maybe next time? You can't blame them for trying. So, till next time, have a happy 4th of July, and remember...
Until next time, everybody, do the Mario!
But I get seasick on a horse.
Are you a patriot or a coward?
Yo, subscribe today.